one, go. So have you guys ever thought that student athletes ask for a little bit too much? We're always talking about how we don't get paid here and there, but yet we have all the gear, all the food. We travel to great places, we stay in great hotels, yet we still have a little bit lacking in our pockets. And just to say that because we have school paid for each and every year, we're not saying that it's not a blessing, it is, but we still find places that we lack, bills that we have to pay, family that we do have to get back to. So today is just kind of going to give you a summary of how I feel that the NCAA should give back to student athletes. So I myself am a student athlete here at Western Illinois University. I'm my third year here at Western with the basketball program. And I've kind of seen the highs and lows of the way that money has come to me through not only myself, but through my other teammates. And yes, we do live a great lifestyle, but it is a little stressful. We do have school to worry about. We have performance to worry about. We have coaches breathing down our neck sometimes. Just kind of making sure that we're the most productive student athletes that we can be. So we do have some fears and we do have some questions, and it has been brought up through people with higher platforms at higher schools, just kind of show that student athletes are kind of limited with money. We do live in a sports-driven world, to say. America is a big part of that. The NCAA plays a huge role in that. And the amount of money that they're making off of these TV providers, the Nike and Adidas deals, and the publicity is just a lot. So we're going to kind of break it down into four areas. So the dedication of a student athlete to their university, TV provider money that is lacking back to student athletes, home versus school relationship, just kind of how student athletes are able to get home and give back to their house as well. And then the fourth kind of area I'm going to look at is my own personal experience overall. So the dedication of a student athlete is unmatched. So most students are able to kind of just live their life here. They're able to go out, they're able to do what they need to do. Yet student athletes, we're kind of on a timeline. We have weights in the morning, we have practice, we have grades to maintain and a certain GPA to maintain, and we have an overall social media, I guess you could say, reputation to live up to. We can't post recklessly everywhere. We can't say things that we want to say because of the reputation that we're supposed to live up to. People tend to say that athletes have it easy, and we should be thankful for opportunities, which we are. I am truly thankful as a basketball player, my third year, like I said, but it's unfair to say that just because we receive cost of attendance and once a semester, I guess you could say, that it should cover up our other areas in life that we're supposed to get outside of school. So my purpose is to prove that student athletes are undervalued by the NCAA. But also we are their biggest asset. Therefore, some sort of monthly stipend should be given to student athletes. The amount of money that colleges make off student athletes should be a scandal alone. At the University of Texas, a football player is worth $538,000 to the university. So a single individual, yet the school pays $37,000 for them to attend each year. So there's no way to really judge. Like as student athletes, we really don't know our value until like we really crunch the numbers or somebody with great power kind of just gives us a statistic. But also to just kind of show, studies showed that the NCAA made a reported $871.6 million in 2012-2013, and the University of Alabama Athletic Department alone made $143.4 million. So that is a very big school, a very good football program, and their student athletes are pulling in tons of money each and every year. And then another statistic that I have found was that Tom Izzo, who is the legendary coach at Michigan State University, makes $400,000 off of just being related to the team, I guess, through their Nike and apparel deal. So just stuff like that kind of is hidden from publicity, hidden from the students as well. Marvin Williams, who was a former UNC basketball player, said, "You go to Chapel Hill and try to find a Carolina Duke game, good luck trying to find a ticket. It's nationally televised. There's money that goes behind, there's tons of money that goes behind just one basketball game. And I do think that the players for both sides should definitely see some types of benefits." So bringing it back to cost of attendance, the amount of money that athletes receive from cost of attendance doesn't even amount to some of the bills and obligations that we may have outside of school. So I had a teammate here named Charles. He had a $95 phone bill each and every month, and he had car payments that he had to make, and he wasn't able to maintain those. So at a point, he had to cut his phone off. He had to give his car back to his company. So kind of things that you don't really think of, like we are lacking sometimes, and it's just kind of unfair to see. And we are thankful. So here at Western, I know our men's basketball team, we get $500 once a semester, which we don't really know what the set date is. We never really know when the money's gonna come, and sometimes it's kind of cut out. So my teammate CJ, he got a $500 cost of attendance check, but by the time he cut out the fees from living on campus and other fees that he may have, he kind of came out with only $180 of his actual cost of attendance check. Which to me, if the NCAA is trying to give back to us, that is not fair at all. So the last kind of stage that I'm looking at is why I kind of broke down that they're worth $538,000, yet it costs only $37,000 for them to kind of attend the school alone. And then how can a change be made? The NCAA needs to own up to its mistakes. Each and every year, student athletes do complain. They do say like, hey, look, we're missing out on some money. We need to pay for things. We need extra money to give back to our families back home who may not have a lot of money. Some athletes I know come from higher income families and some come from the lowest of the low. It's just really different. So the NCAA needs to look at ways that students produce revenue, and the school also needs to show support in getting the NCAA and the players together. So a way to kind of bridge the gap, the NCAA doesn't really want to hear what we have to say. They kind of threw the cost of attendance at us as a here, just take this and kind of be quiet. But there needs to be a way to kind of bridge the gap overall. Student athletes, although we are not perfect, but we do need to kind of live up to the expectations. If we need to be perfect on and off the court, so be it. If we need to maintain a certain GPA, then it's something that we have to do. It's kind of unfair to say, we need this, we need this, we need this, but yet we're not doing anything on our part. So, and then the last kind of overall thing that I'm gonna say to you is just my personal experience. I know that over the years, I haven't really had a lot of money in my pocket until I moved off of campus. I haven't been home in over like a year and a half due to the fact that like I just couldn't afford plane tickets. Like I haven't had enough money to go back home, and my family wasn't able to afford that. But just kind of getting off campus now, I'm able to go home. It's just kind of things that you don't see. People back home need money as well, and I have not been able to. And that was like one of my biggest things, that if the NCAA were to give me some money each and every month, I kind of would have saved that up and given back to my community and also give back to my family with the needs that they have. The solution that I've kind of found, that there should be a monthly stipend. The NCAA needs to apologize and allow student athletes to have some sort of income which will give them an accomplishment. There are thousands of student athletes living off of whatever they can, while the NCAA pockets billions of dollars. So we were able to look at the money that schools make off of student athletes, the overall sacrifices that we make each and every day, and also, from me, a real-life situation and explanation of the value of not only student athletes, but of the undervalue of cost of attendance. Thank you.